Hello everybody, it's NoobMister here, and I am going to talk about Overwatch while Paladins plays in the background. Now, be forewarned, I am not going to sit here and sing Overwatch's praises, because enough people have done that already. No, I am going to sit here and give fair criticisms, I feel, about Overwatch. So, if you're one of those people who gets triggered by this kind of thing, I would suggest you click away now, because I'm not going to be overly cruel, but at the same time, I am not going to be kind either. So, yeah. Might want to click away now. They gone? Good. Okay. First of all, would I say that Overwatch is a good game? Yes, I would say it was better than good. I would say it's a great game. However, I wouldn't say it's a perfect game, because so many people are sitting there going, oh, you know, it's 10 out of 10, it's amazing, Blizzard have done it again, all this kind of stuff. To be perfectly honest, there are a lot of things that are wrong with Overwatch, and to be quite frank with you, I'm surprised that people are actually letting Blizzard get away with this kind of thing. Because I don't know what it is, but there are just so many things that people are sort of getting overexcited about, or just letting Blizzard do, and they're not criticizing it. And I am going to go through a couple of them today and just sort of explain my thoughts on not only why I don't think that Overwatch is as great as people are saying it, but also the reasons why I don't like it, and also why it potentially caused me to boycott the game and all Blizzard games, because they have just done so many things that is just, no, you can't get away with that anymore. I'm sorry, but you just can't, Blizzard, you just can't keep doing this. Somebody is going to speak up eventually, and, well, I am, but I don't think I'll make that much of an impact, so, yeah. Anyway, moving on to the first thing, the loot box system. This has got to be the most broken system I have ever seen, and people are totally okay with it. I'm just like, what? No, this is all wrong. You shouldn't be applauding Blizzard for this. You should be criticizing them for it. You should be telling them, no, we won't stand for this, because it is really anti-consumer. Now, I know a lot of you are probably sitting there going, oh, but the loot box system, you know, you can get the loot boxes for free, and then any sort of duplicates you can get the coins to then buy the stuff from the menu. Well, for starters, one, how long does it actually take to get loot boxes? I'd heard rumours floating around that Blizzard had increased the XP that you needed to get levels to increase the amount of time that it takes to get loot boxes. I mean, yeah, you could potentially sit there and play the game without having to pay for any loot boxes and get them that way. But think about how much time you are going to have to put in to try and get those loot boxes. And on top of that, you can't guarantee that when you open a loot box that you will get the item that you want, because it's all random. I mean, I did a quick search before I started this and found out that somebody's worked out more or less within some degrees of accuracy, though that is questionable, the actual loot drops for the stuff that comes out the loot boxes. This was shown up on PC Gamer back in June. This is probably outdated because Blizzard could have adjusted the loot drop system by that point. But the matter of the fact is, the legendary stuff, which is primarily what a lot of people are after, because it's the things like the play of the game stuff and all those really amazing looking skins, it's like there's only just over a 9% chance that you will get one in a loot box. Now, considering the fact that you have to open several of these just to have a chance to get it, and that's the key word here, a chance to get them, this is just a broken system. And the fact that you have to pay like the same price for the game again to get 150 loot boxes to sort of increase your chances of getting that stuff, like I said, I just think that this is an incredibly broken and anti-consumer system that they've got in place, and it's all about reeling in the money. And this was primarily the reason why I was just like, no, I don't approve of this. I'm sorry, Blizzard, but I don't trust you as a company anymore. So that is the reason why I've not only boycotted Overwatch, but I've also boycotted all other Blizzard games, because I'm just like, no, I'm not giving them any more money anymore. I just think that this system is incredibly broken. Now, I know a lot of people are probably sitting there going, oh, but so many other things do DLC and stuff like that. Yeah, but here's the thing. When I go and buy an item off a DLC store, when I pay for that item, the chances of me getting it are 100%. I pay for that item, I get that item. I don't get a box that might contain what I want and also come along with like 500,000 other things that are just trash at the end of the day. No, if I want something from a DLC store and I buy it, I get that item. So this is why I really do feel like everybody's giving this an unjustly fair pass. Because it's, like I said, it's just a broken system that is just designed to get Blizzard more money. I know people are probably thinking that this is the whole corporate thing, but I honestly think that's where it's going. Blizzard saw potential to abuse the system, and they are, and nobody's calling them out for it. Some people probably have, but there are so many people who are just willing to go along with it. It's just, I don't know. And the fact that Blizzard also sat there and said, you know, we're not going to have any, like, DLC or microtransactions when the game launched, and then suddenly, oh, the loot boxes turned up, and yeah, this is one of the reasons I don't like Overwatch, because the loot box system is just a way for Blizzard just to quickly grab money. And it's not like they really needed to anyway, because the game sold, like, really, really well, so... And they also keep charging people for, like, World of Warcraft subscriptions as well. I mean, come on, guys. There's no justification for subscription fees anymore. I don't care what you think, but, you know, servers don't cost money anymore. I know the content to produce it does, but even then, you're probably still getting a lot of money coming in from other revenues to support that, so... Yeah, but that's another topic entirely. So, yes. Loot box system... Whole reason I don't like Overwatch, or one of the reasons I don't like Overwatch, and why I've started boycotting Blizzard games, so that's one potential reason. Quick addendum here, guys. I do also understand that you can also get coins to, like, buy stuff from the menus as well, but my argument there is the only way to get the coins is through the loot boxes, so yeah, you can get stuff for free if you work for it, but again, you still need to go through the loot boxes, so it's still kind of broken. I mean, if you would earn them through the game, then that probably would have alleviated it somewhat, but yeah, having the coins to buy stuff still being in the loot boxes doesn't really fix the system. Okay, moving on to the next point. The second one is the fact that there's no single-player mode. I know a lot of people are probably going to point at TF2 and go, oh, well, TF2 didn't have a single-player mode, and you're not complaining about that. Well, TF2 came as part of the Orange Box originally, and the price was, like, way, way cheaper than Overwatch to sort of reflect the fact that it was only a multiplayer game. And the other thing that I find really, really amusing is the fact that there have been games quite recently, like Titanfall or the first Titanfall and Battlefront 3, that didn't have single-player campaigns, and everybody complained about it. Trust me, everybody complained about it. Yet Overwatch comes along without a single-player campaign, and nobody says anything. And this is what I find confusing and actually quite hypocritical. The fact that you can sit there and complain about two other games that came out in the last, 5-10 years that didn't have single player, and yet Overwatch does exactly the same thing and everybody gives it a pass. I'm starting to get the sneaky suspicion that there's a lot of fanboyism around here. I mean, the simple fact that, me playing Paladins in the background here, probably a lot of people are going, oh, you're playing that Overwatch clone, and things like that. For one, not every game that does this is trying to copy Overwatch, okay? I mean, this is a bit like back in the 90s where everybody said that everything was a Doom clone. You know, it's an unfair comparison. And besides, a lot of the Overwatch players don't like it when people compare Overwatch to TF2. So, yeah, I think the saying here is people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. So, yeah, that's another thing that I don't like about Overwatch. The other thing is the characters. Now, more specifically, the way that they've been written. Now, don't get me wrong, I really love their designs. They are really, really well designed. That's something that Blizzard can do really, really well. Don't get me wrong about that. But the way that they've been written, they feel more like, to me, that they were just made to be put on pedestals and admired. I really don't feel like I could connect with those characters in any way whatsoever. Like, take for example the characters from Battleborn, which, you know, a lot of people seem to compare to Overwatch and, you know, likewise. The guys in Battleborn, I feel like I could go and hang out with and get drunk. You know, they're that type of character. But like I said, the guys in Overwatch, I don't really sort of see any sort of potential character traits. And when I say that, I'm talking about stuff in-game. I'm talking about their personalities coming out while you're playing the game. I mean, I know there's all that sort of comic-related stuff in all those videos, but to me, the personality matters more in-game than it does outside. So, like I said, these characters just don't really feel like you could connect with them in any way. They're just meant to be there to be admired, and a lot of their lines just seem to be forced. It's like Blizzard were trying to write one-liner memes, and that's just it. They feel like meme characters. They're spouting off one-liners all the time. I mean, when you think of McCree, what's the first thing that a lot of people think of, and what I tend to think of? Well, that's easy. It's high noon. And that's it. That's the only thing I really know about McCree. You know, there's no sort of real character there coming out in gameplay, and it also doesn't help the fact that the story that happens in the sort of outside content, like the comics and the videos, has no bearing on what goes on in game. You know, the game is, quote, non-canon. It's just, you know, even the stuff in TF2 stays canon to the stuff that goes on outside. I mean, you had the whole MVM thing and stuff like that. So, yeah, the characters are just very well designed. I mean, I'm not complaining anything like the females being over-sexualized. You know, I'm not sort of stepping into an Anita Sarkeesian minefield here. And my counter-argument to that would be, well, if they are designed for straight white males, why do so many females like them as well? You know, there are plenty of women out there who love Mercy and Diva and Tracer. I'm not so sure about Symmetra, to be perfectly honest, but, well, you know, the fact is that a lot of the female characters in Overwatch, women like as well. So, yeah, I don't exactly see how feminists will be able to counter that argument, although they will probably bring out the stereotypical internalized misogyny argument, which doesn't even make any sense. So yeah, those are, well, really three things that I don't really like about Overwatch. I could sit here and complain about how Overwatch potentially killed Battleborn and things like that, but that's just my personal opinion. I just think that Blizzard were being a bit heavy-handed and that was kind of unnecessary, to be perfectly honest. I mean, the fact that their free beta weekend came at the same time that the Battleborn one did, and, you know, stuff from that beta didn't actually change. Nothing changed from that. I just feel like Blizzard were purposely trying to step on Battleborn's feet completely unnecessarily, but, you know, that's sort of me bordering on sort of butthurt Battleborn fanboy territory, and I don't want to go there, but that's just honestly how I feel about that. But yeah, 4 reasons why I really don't like Overwatch. Yeah, so if any of you have got any problems with that, then, well, yeah, that's your opinion, and this is my opinion. I'm just saying. I don't like Overwatch. I don't think it is as great as everybody's making out of it. If they change the loot box system to be more consumer friendly, then I will definitely consider playing it. But until then, not going anywhere near it, I'm afraid. Nope, you will never see me stream it either. So anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed sitting here listening to me rant for the last however long it was, probably like 10 minutes or something. And I shall see you again next time.